It said women are accused of pulling rank in their relationship, which makes the relationship unbalanced because most time spent together is in the household, which she manages. You done heard it 1,000 times. The husband said, I try to wash dishes. She tell me, just gone, you ain't doing it right. He said, I try to sweep the floor, I'm not doing it right. Blah, blah, blah. Our role as established for years and through centuries were caretaker. We have babies, caretakers. It's not so much as this chore is yours. This chore is yours. It is that in our DNA we carry our baby. We have chemical changes during pregnancy. We have chemical changes after pregnancy. I think once a woman's been pregnant once, her makeup is a little different. I mean, now she's the one that's going to dive bomb in front of a bullet, or she's the one that's going to wrestle with the bear to save her child. And everybody know that. Woman lift cars off a baby, whatever it takes. So our makeup has changed also. And what we're going to do is make sure the environment is safe and nurturing for our children. And washing dishes and don't have it done, she's already calculated this is a safety level that will not harm my home, my children. I don't even know if she think about husband, but hopefully she does. All right, the way she sweeps the floor, it fits into her pattern of all the other things she has to do. I want this super clean, so I don't have to do this for 3 days. All these things are calculated in nurturing. Nurturing, it doesn't have a pinpoint, one-track intention. It's just like a blast. That's what we are. We are a blast of doing everything. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And we're making tons of decisions. Tons of decisions. And you see us making those decisions. We didn't go in and make a decision and take it from you. The decisions that we have you see the decisions I have to make as a wife and a mother. Sit and look. Take 1 week and just sit and look at your wife and the decisions that she makes. All right? Then look at, what did I say? 1 month, you and the decisions you make. Now you will have 2 and she will have 100. And you'll look over there at her 100 and say, that's why I'm not in charge. She's doing everything. She makes the decisions and I have to go along. You independent of her. If she got 100 things on her list, you need to have 100 on yours. And that don't mean taking her stuff. There's a lot of stuff to be done without going in and taking, if she decided we're going to have a no salt diet. And if she decides you're having a no salt diet and you don't want to, it is only up to you to put salt on your food. Do you think she's going to kick you in the kung fu, punch you in the eye? If you're afraid of your wife, that y'all need some discussion. You need some discussion. But stop and see how many decisions she makes. You're only thinking about big decisions. Every decision is big to a woman. You want the big guidance, but all those little ones give you the knowledge and experience for the great big ones. It does. And believe me or not, if you got proficiency in things at your home, a woman always wants to do better. She always wants to do better. She wants to take care of her kids better, feed them better, educate them better. She always got an eye on the family, the nurturer, because she knows she's shaping children all the time, non-stop. She makes decisions about their clothing. You don't make decisions about your kids' clothing. And so you're saying, now they want me to. Why the hell not? You're still going to be a man, just like a woman policeman is still a woman. If you shop for your own flesh and blood kids that you're responsible for their survival and you don't even know how to dress them, I think that's bad. nobody should leave the care of their children to another. So as a mother, my husband is great. He's a wonderful father. He could have did it all by himself, raised the girls. He really could have. And to me, that's what made him a man. That if I died, I had a husband that could care for his kids. He didn't have to go shopping for a mother for his children and put them in the care of somebody that he wasn't sure how she dealt with children. He didn't have to give them over to an aunt or a sister or grandmother to raise them because he didn't know what to do. That man would be able to handle his responsibility. There's nothing better than that. I could not imagine being married to a man and I passed away and here he can't even turn on an oven. You need to look at the sad side of things, okay? And like I'm saying, that is showing a man how to be a man. To be able to cook for yourself and take care of yourself do not make you feminine. It makes you a survivor in all situations. Alright, so they say in the household, he's nothing in the household because she makes all the decisions. I think he needs to get up off his butt and start doing something. I'm sure there's plenty of things that need decisions made that he ain't thinking about. He want what she's handling well. Look how good she's doing that. It's turning out good. If I did it, it would be good too. Go find you some new responsibility and make it turn out good. Okay, the women are exposed to a steady drip of girl power from day one. Men say women are uppity because they be around people saying, you can do it, go. You can do it, girl. Girl power. Take care of yourself, honey. You don't need to run yourself down. Self-love, self-care. And anything you dream you can do, just do it. You say, because of that, a woman thinking that she's special, that she can have anything she wants if she put her mind towards it, that she is powerful, created in God's image, powerful, above the angels, powerful. And you say, this is causing problems. This girl power is causing problems. We would rather, instead of them feeling that they have power, we want them to feel like they fill in the blank. We want them to feel like this instead. This girl power, encouraging them what they can do on their own. Because you haven't looked at, men are no longer love at first sight, or I'm going to court this woman I think is great. When I go to see a woman dating her, I'm doing it because she could be a prospective bride. Men aren't marrying anything anymore. They had the decision. Women can't ask them to marry. We can, but you know, the man is supposed to do it. And some men would date people for 3 and 4 years, never marry them. Dating women don't have marrying on their mind whatsoever. Women are saying, I want to be married. There's no one to marry. There are people to marry. They ain't going to. Men aren't going to marry. Just look at some statistics. So you want the woman to be weak with no options of self-care if a man does not choose to marry her to provide and protect her and lead. She just going to be what? You can't just say, I don't even understand how anybody fix their lip to say girl power is a culprit. And saying girls, what make it so bad? Girls are told that from day one. What do you want your daughter to be told as she's growing up? Do not try to have any power. That's not what you're supposed to have. Power is a no-no, Cindy. Power? No, 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 no. No. Take care of yourself? No. No. No self-care. No putting yourself first ever. Find someone always to be under. As person, I mean man. All right, I'm your dad. Now you're under me. Then you get your husband and you be under him. These people keep telling you to be what you can be and you're powerful. That's a lie. And it messes up marriages. That saying you have your power, girl power, messes up your marriage. So we ain't gonna have none of that girl power. No girl power, okay? If someone even talk about what they can do, and don't listen. Don't just get up and walk away. All right. How to avoid emasculation. Treat your woman with respect. Don't cave to her demands. And avoid demanding women totally. I agree with that. If the woman bossy and you don't like it, you shouldn't be with her. But the woman bossy and got her stuff together, you're like, look at her. She dressed nice, she a professional, she goes to church, she's doing this and this and this. And you got this wonderful woman, and you tell her, I love you, but I'm not caving to any of your demands, okay? What is this about demands? Don't cave to her demands. What demands are women putting? What are these demands? Don't cave into. I don't know. Sounds like a power play for no good outcome. I don't know. If you disagree with something, say so. If you don't, that's natural. If you disagree with something, I hope you don't get married. Please don't marry anybody, men, if you cannot say when you're dissatisfied with something in a mature way. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. You know, if you disagree with something, say so. Please, and please don't get married if you can. Express yourself. That you just stomp and pout and grunt. Honey, can we have butter tonight? That do not sound like, I don't like butter, but you gonna get you some if you like it. You should speak on women's issues because they are not women's issues. They are human issues that involve men and children. Know your mind and speak it. You should speak on women's issues. You should speak on women issues after you spoke to women in your life. Not that what you told the women in your life to think and feel. You should ask them, how do you feel about how you feel about birth control? Right. Okay, that's how you feel about birth control. Then she's saying, how do you feel about your surgery on your knee? I'm going to get my knee fixed and everything. You're 50, you're too old. Surgeries don't go right. Don't do that. I'm going in for a test on my testicle. I don't think you should do that, honey. It's a waste of time. You haven't been having any problems whatsoever. I don't know why they give men that test so randomly all the time. What is this? Just because you call them women's issues means it's women's issues. That's what I think. I hope when you speak your mind on women's issues that you listen to the woman who has first-hand knowledge about womanhood because she's a woman. She has first-hand knowledge, okay? So respect that first-hand knowledge that she has. Don't try to be a New Age man whatsoever, that smiling, that helping and assisting, that holding and comforting, that I love you every day. Oh, you look tired, let me cook dinner. Or, honey, you go to work and then you come home and help the children and you cook. Go lay down, I'll do the dishes. Don't do any of that New Age stuff because it undermines you as a man. Well, women, I hope that man that's saying don't do any of them things, don't marry him. You married for a companion, a help. If he's the head of the house, he wants everything to go smoothly, and that includes you not being overworked and overtired. He accesses his household to see what needs to be done, and he stepped in to do that. Oh, you got a cold, let me take care of the kids for 4 days. Don't worry about anything, I got this. That's when a New Age man will have compassion, sympathy, care. That don't take away nothing from you being a man. That's showing your wife how much of a man you are. To the end, you provide and protect and lead. And that's leading, telling her you are sick, you got the flu. Take care of yourself, go lay down, I got this, don't worry. One bit, I'm here. I'm going to provide and protect and lead while my other half is having problems. Don't pull that mess about New Age. You better get New Age because old age has been gone. 50 years, how many years we creeping up on? You better get with something and make you a plan. And people act like you have what? I don't understand how you keep blaming women for your lack of startup, giddy up, taking charge. If you take charge, you take charge. Is your woman gonna beat you for making decisions? What happened? How do they make decisions and you just don't be around? Garden of Eden. Garden of Eden. Your original sin. Let's say that your original sin man stood there mute, then pointed your finger at God for giving her to him. Okay. Learn to say no to women, and that's a big deal. Learn to say no. No means no. We had to learn to say no, so everybody should be able to say no. Your teenagers, your young adults, married men, married women, you should be able to say no, not just to your wife. And if you always saying no to your wife and yes to other people outside your home, you got a problem. That's still a sign of weakness. You won't take care of your own first and be good and treat what you have that represents you, that you called your own, gave your last name. And all you do is say no to her, and then the same people can walk up and ask you to do the same thing you do it. That's sad. It's to keep your male friends and make use of man spaces. Keep your male friends and make use of male space. Any woman that's trying to take you away from your friends and family is bad. Isn't that the sign of abuse, isolation? But if you just running all the time just trying to prove what kind of man you is to your buddies, it's different. But men hanging out with men to loosen up, play a little sports, lift a little weights, stuff like that. And women, if he's cheating, you trying to keep him in a pen will not solve that, because that's a desire of the heart, and the desire of the heart cannot be put in a cage and monitored like that, right? Okay, signs of an emasculated man. All right. He concedes leadership decision to his wife. Did you hear it say concede? She didn't take it. He conceded. He gave her all that room to make the big decision. A mother knows every ailment her child has had, when it was, and what happened during that time of that illness. A man cannot tell you, I guarantee you, the full medical history of his children, when they had the chicken pox or whatever they had, and what did you do to remedy it and get over it. That information is not even in his head whatsoever. Notice how much time men are turning to their wives and saying, honey, was that Mr. Jones? Honey, who was that had that red car? Honey, did I put such and such somewhere? Honey. And they say that's consulting your wife. And this is what I'm reading now, saying you give them decisions. You concede it to her. Nobody want a concessionary partner. I have to do all the thinking, all the marching, all the consequence, everything myself, while you got a free ride and your brain ain't rattled whatsoever. You don't have no feeling, no cause, no concern. While I'm up all night worried, pacing, and trying to decide what's best. You checked out. You said, okay, you do it. When you say, okay, you do it, you're right, you can see nobody took anything. Nobody took anything. Don't they allow their emotions to dictate their action? And what emotion? People are like, oh, emotions, he's crying at the movie. No, his emotion. I'm angry. I'm mad because I didn't get promotion. I'm upset this. I'm mad that. She does this. She does that. And after a while, it's just a broken record. You have no conversation, no intimacy, no communication to fix problems because you're mad. Get unmad and just go and take care of business. She makes me sick. So you do something to get back, and they become about people having extramarital affairs. If she was like this, if she did this, I wouldn't have did that. You could have took that energy and focused. You took energy to get a new love, to romance her, to make her think she was special, to make her like you, to make her see that you're wonderful. Then you slip in, you got a wife, because you ain't gonna leave your wife, and she listens to your problems, and she tries to not be that type of woman for you. All that energy. You mean you couldn't fix the problem with your wife? You had all that time, what is it, weeks, months, days, how long, to do all of